Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is me, Jerry. Coming back to you live, and this is actually live in my YouTube channel. And welcome back to my YouTube. Oh my goodness, this is long time. I've never been seeing you for a very very long time, but I have the good news to you that today's Visionary 101 is just incredible because ang dami-dami nyo talagang matututunan ngayong araw at pinaghahandaan to ng ating bisita ngayong hapon at ang saya-saya ko dahil matagal ko nang gustong invite yung ating guest today and at last kahit busy-busy talaga siya sa kanyang work at nabigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na makakausap natin siya. So ladies and gentlemen, hindi ko na patatagalin to at papasukin natin siya ngayon sa ating live today. But before that, I would like to welcome you all here. My goodness, nami-miss ko kayo talaga in fairness. Miss na miss ko kayo. Si Jerry as in rock chic ng London. Kaya talagang busy siya. So anyway, anyhow, nandito tayo ulit. Welcome back and I missed you. Right. So before that, the successful people, we all knows that successful people really talaga is always imagining the positive future in life. So we tackled about on how this guy creates and compelling his vision in life and of course in his own future. And isa siyang musikero dito sa UK. And of course, a co-founder of Musika Silangan and a nurse also in NHS. And also he is an active member of the Philippine Theatre Arts of the United Kingdom, and also he did that two productions with them before in the past. So he's just really amazing doing this job, and he is just like an actor. I like the way he acts because he seems like he is. This is his passion. So, and of course, he is also an OFE, Overseas a Filipino Entrepreneur, dito sa United Kingdom, and this is amazing entrepreneur here is one of the example, and in fact he is one of best mentors at the same time because we're doing this business. And yes, and also uh, administrative head of Asian Youth Organization in the Philippines for youth empowerment. Yeah. And also he is a host, wow, in any event here in UK. And also um, he is and hosts his own YouTube channel as well on his page. If you can follow him as well, no other than nag-iisang man of success is of course Germination, Jhermy Roy. Yes, palakpakan po natin yan dahil nandito siya sa ating Visionary 101. So ladies and gentlemen, he's here! Welcome! Jhermy Roy. There we go.
Hello, kamusta, kamusta?
Yes! He's
Thank you for
here.
inviting me here, Jerry. Thank
You're
you, and
welcome.
hello everyone to all those who are watching Visionaries 101 with Dada Jerry, the rock chick of London. Yeah,
We have 1 million watching right now. We welcome every one of you. Let's welcome them.
welcome
Germination,
everyone. Yeah, thank you.
thank you so much for visiting me in our
Yes, yes.
in a YouTube channel in our page, right? And by
Thank
the
you. Yes,
way,
yes.
tell us about you.
Myself, okay, tell me about myself. Okay, so I am a nurse by profession, and I am also the co-founder of I'm the founder of Germination Conference and Events. So I do live stream twice a week every Wednesday. You can see it there. And
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
every Wednesday, 7:30 evening UK time, and Sunday 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock UK time. And I am yeah, I'm a nurse by profession, and I was also the co-founder of Musika Silangan, and I used to be a member of Philippine Theater UK. My hobbies include photography and music as well. So yes, and at the moment, with Germination, we have this One Nation Awards UK Breakthrough 2021, which is our second year. This is a collaboration between One Philippines News Magazine and Germination. So this will be on December 4. It will be a we decided to keep it virtual for now, but next year we will do more in-person events. But apart from all those things that I mentioned, I really consider myself as nobody really. Those are just titles and labels that we used to attach ourselves, while we are here in this world. Pero really, I see myself as just a form of energy that cannot be destroyed but can only be transformed and transferred. Yan. So yan po si
Wow,
Jeremy.
what a
Jeremy is just
lovely.
a name given by my parents to me, but I can change my name. I can change my name to Jerry as well.
I know,
Isn't it?
right?
Because our
Yes,
name is just given
yes.
by our parents. So really, tell if somebody asks, tell me more about yourself. It's really a difficult. With all honesty, it's a difficult question to answer unless you really know yourself very well. Because
That's
all the
right.
things that I've said is just the things that I do here on earth. The labels, the titles, and everything. But really, just a form of energy.
True, true. But there is one question really that really people's lingering in their mind, that what is germination? Why this one's became germination? What does it all about? Okay.
Okay, germination is a play of words as well, because my name is Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
and what I do with my live stream, with my Facebook Live, is I do like sort of inspiring and motivational live stream, if you like. I started with that one. I would just feel inspired. There was a time in my life when I was awakened, I would say awakened, and my eyes were open to other things. So I started engaging myself into self development, personality development, and then I thought these are things that people should also learn about. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just inspired to share what I learned as well in my personal development journey. So I started doing Facebook Live because during the time, there's no other way but to use social media in order to have your own voice. So I started with that one, clicking that button live, and then what I learned, I just share it. And then it's like planting seeds of positivity into people's mind. This is what I realized when I was doing it along the way. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you just do things without even realizing first what is it really all about. You just parang trip mo lang, okay, gawin natin to, okay, let's do it. But then
Mm-hmm.
eventually, as you do it more and you learn more about what you're doing, you eventually realize you would like to give a meaning and purpose to what you're really doing.
True.
So Jeremy, and then I said, I'm planting seeds of positivity in people's minds. So it's germinate, right? Because if you look at the word germinate in a dictionary, it means you plant a seed and let it grow. That's why the logo of germination is like this. It's letter J,
It's beautiful. It's
and
so
then
beautiful.
there's a bud of leaf there. It grows. You
It's a
plant and then it
nation. Yeah,
grows.
it
Yeah,
grows a lot all over the world. So
yes. So
at
it
first.
grows, it germinates, and then nation is just I just included that one because I wanted to bring people together, so that's why it's
Mhm.
germination.
It is just, you made it really, really beautiful, Jeremy, and I really admire. I'm one of the person who admired you of what you're doing, basically, and because we have the same. Not all of the all of us have the same vision, but maybe there's ano lang yung pare-pareho tayo ng
Mm.
pag-iisip na lahat tayo merong gustong gawin na ganyan. But some of the people really walang passion ng ganon, but they have at the back of their mind they have actually. Yeah, you agree with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you you just made this in in a right time basically. When was that? When was the germination started and become like that and become you at this time?
It started ano, kasi even before, I was already involved in events. As you know, in Musika Silangan, I
Yes.
co-founded that
Mm-hmm.
one. So from 2014, when we started Musika Silangan, we do events twice a year. So we make it like a gig with band, solo artists, and then it's like a charity event.
Mm-hmm.
And even before that, I was involved in events as well, as a photographer, as official photographer to artists coming from the Philippines. Even David Pomeranz, when he was here, I was the official photographer. Bamboo, Yang Constantino, Eraserheads, all those things. And then I was into the events already during the time. So I said, why not make it a proper one na ako yung talagang nagra-run ng event in a bigger way, parang step up. Kasi sa Musika Silangan, it was like within the community lang eh. So I would
Yeah.
like to step up a little bit,
I
you know.
saw that as well, and I went there a
Yeah.
lot of times, and you're always
Yeah, yeah,
inviting me,
with
and I'm
with
just
with
like,
our good friend Orly, yun si Orly, he
Orly,
was
Orly Carbuncle,
instrumental, yeah,
yes,
because
that's
he
right.
he always he always volunteers to be our sound man. He's a DJ, with all his audio equipment, speakers, the lights, and he also performs. So do nag-start yun, and then I said, why not make it? I've been exposed to it for many years, so I thought, why not make Germany a company or event company. So that's when I started Germination. I started it November 2019. I
Mm-hmm.
started with a conference for healthcare professionals on how to transition from being a employee to business owner. So yun yung ginawa ko. That was back in November 2019 in a Millennium Hotel. And then that was November. It went well. And then 2020 we had pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has to pivot kasi walang in-person event, and we have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have virtual. Everybody started doing virtual. So I started Germination as a live stream in June 2020 during the pandemic. Pero even before that, I was already doing Facebook Live anyway, just on my own, or even the very first thing that I did was I titled it Comfort Zone. I think that was back in January 2017 when I
Mm.
started a Comfort Zone, where I started inviting entrepreneurs, uh, just like this. I interviewed them, but it's pre-recorded. It's
Okay.
pre-recorded. And then eventually I said, "Oh, parang mahirap yata yung pre-recorded." And then immediately after few episodes, I shifted to live. So yung live na talaga. Live na
Mm-hmm.
Facebook live na wala nang record para tapos na. Alam mo yun? Kasi
Oo,
when
I get
you
I
when
get
you do a
ganun.
recording, ano eh, you have to edit it, ganun, blah blah blah, yun, hindi pa tapos. Pag live stream, basta alam mo yung, as long as you know your structure, yung mga itatanong mo, the flow and everything, you have all these things in your mind already. You can just click live button. It's already there. It's finished, and that's it. You just need to
That's
share it.
it.
No editing involved. So that's why I started doing live stream. So I was doing it even before, but I made it more consistently, I would say, nung June 2020 nga, during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So last June of this year, yun nga, we had a 1 year celebration of Germination. So we are on our season 2 now with
Mm-hmm.
Germination. Yun.
To
So
that's to
I
do
made it
to
like a proper program na talaga na every Wednesday, on specific time, because before I just do it when I want to. I just come on like Tuesday 5 o'clock, or the following day I do it 7 o'clock. It's very inconsistent. So
So right now you have a schedule already. So which one? Which day is that? So Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah, you can see it down in the video there. You can see
Okay. So when
yeah, abangan
people
natin. Ayan, live
really go,
stream
yeah, there we go.
every
every
Wednesday.
Wednesday, 7:30
Yeah,
p.m. So that's
and then
really good. So
Sunday.
people gonna watch you there all the time every
Yeah,
Wednesday,
uh,
7:30 p.m. in the UK time. But in the
yeah.
Philippines, I think
That's about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in
two
the morning.
o'clock
So,
in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning,
but
guys.
Sunday it's 11 o'clock, so that will be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock because we're moving time tomorrow,
Oh
isn't
yes.
it?
All
We're
right.
moving
Tomorrow na
time
pala yan.
backwards,
Backwards na ulit
so I
tayo.
have to change my time there.
So
To change.
yes, that's right. So this one, the phone is automatically changed anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
So that would be great. So by the way, I know you for a long time. I think it's since 2011 when the Orly Carbonco is our
yeah.
um he is the one who
Think
introduced me here
2014.
in the Musicero UK, no?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
2011, I think. It was 11. Alam mo, P Fest. When was it?
yeah. That's 2014. So
14.
I think that was Philippine Theater UK. I think 2013. Must
13.
be
So,
2013. Yeah.
yun yung time na nakilala ko si Jhermy, 2014.
Uh,
14 hanggang
13. I
ngayon.
think 13. 13. 2013.
13.
Yeah,
So
2013.
hanggang ngayon, it's already a while.
Yeah, a long time.
It's
Yeah,
really a long time already, right? So
yeah,
ngayon ganito pa rin kami na as musikero pa rin talaga. Nakakatuwa. Where have you been for long years before you came in UK? Are you originally from Philippines, right?
yeah, yeah. I am. Yeah, from
Okay,
the
so you
Philippines. Yeah, I came here in the UK back in 1999.
okay.
Yeah, so a long time.
Pero
But
ano
before
ka,
that,
sorry. Ah, ano ka, taga saan ka sa atin?
oh, I was in Balik-Balik Sampaloc, Manila. That's where
Sampaloc, Manila.
that's where I grew up, and that's where I studied. So sa taga Sampaloc, Manila ako. Yeah, and then I worked at St. Luke's Medical Center for a couple of years as a nurse, and then I moved here in the UK summer of 1999.
Okay, so are you musikero already in the Philippines or
Um
just here in UK?
yes, we had a band in the Philippines as well, high school band. Yeah, and then I just continued here in the UK actually, because obviously when high school was finished or you move to college, you have different set of friends. Nursing back then is quite intense as well, so you don't have any time for for bands, so
Mm-hmm.
talagang aral lang talaga. And then when I came here in UK and then nagtrabaho and then I came here in the UK, yeah, that's when I found a little bit of time to form band here as well. We call it Third World Jam. We played original songs because we're not really that good in in covering songs, so we thought we'll just make our own song, our own
Wow,
music.
yeah. But you
So
really, really did a good job until now.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, yeah. Reasonably, yeah. I was out in the scene for like 8 years, and during the time I was doing photography, and
Mm-hmm.
then it was only in 2024 2013, I think 2013 when I because we stopped the band 2005. We used to play in Barrio Fiestas. There's not much events during the time, so we only play Barrio Fiesta, so it's only like once or twice a year, and the other one would be just a rare invitation in parties or something like that. So really, during the time when we started the band here, that was 2001, I think. Yeah, 2001 until 2005. So we were doing body fit, and that's when I met Kuya Norbs
Kaya
Gallantillo.
Norms, yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and the Ragrag brothers, the Ragrag
Mm-hmm.
brothers, Glenn, Mike, and
Michael
Chris.
Ragrag, yeah.
Yeah, Michael,
Mm-mm.
Chris, and Glenn. So yung tatlo na
Chris,
yun.
who is Chris?
Chris is the keyboard player.
Uh, oh yes, he is our
Keyboard
keyboard
player,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, you know him
So
from Charisma.
that's when I met new groups. They are called new groups already that
Negros,
time.
oo.
So
Mm-mm.
yun nga, yung tatlong Ragrag na brothers and then si Norbs. Wala pang Pinoy Musikero noon. So and
Mm-mm.
then wala pang masyadong events noon.
Mm-mm.
And then we stopped at 2005, and then after that, I went into photography 2008, I think. Yeah, from 2008 I started doing photography, and the reason why I got connected into Pinoy Musicero UK was Renz, who is from Reversion, the
Mm-hmm.
keyboard player of Reversion,
Yes.
and they were the house band as well in Bar FM. After New Grooves left, they were the ones
Mm-hmm.
who became the house band for many years as well. He was my we worked together in ICU in Heart Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So, siya ang nagpakilala sa akin sa ano, siya ang nag-connect sa akin sa Pinoy Musikero UK. Sabi niya, "Ano ba
Grabe,
'to?"
no? The
Ganyan, ganyan.
Music UK, right, is
Yeah, yeah.
3,000 and something now
Mhm, mhm.
members. Remember the last 2 years ago when both of
Yeah,
us
yeah.
working each other as an host? I didn't
Yeah,
realize
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
I didn't realize that
Mm,
3,000 something already. I don't know what's something. I forgot about it,
mm,
but
mm,
it's 3,000 musician already here in UK
mm, mm.
doing the active music. Yes, and
Yes,
by
yes.
the way, Jeremy, what made you want to become a musician?
I think ano lang, nakahiligan ko lang kasi, when I was younger in my elementary days, I used to be active in the church as well, we were
Mm-hmm.
altar servers that time in Balik-Balik, Most Holy Trinity, Parish. Uh, I was 10 years old, I joined a church organization, altar servers, mga sakristan. And they were very active as well, not just sa sports, kundi sa mga presentation as well, singing, ganyan, mga playing ng instruments. Just like any other church organization, they're very expect na pagka member ng church, 'di ba, talagang marunong maggitara, magpiano, kumanta, mag-drums, gano'n. So, it's the same. So, na-expose ako sa gano'n, apart from sports, music as well. And then nung ano nga, pagdating ng high school, uso nun ang mga banda, Kung wala ka sa banda, nasa varsity ka, 'yan.
Yeah,
During
exactly.
that time, yun ang ano,
Uh-uh.
yun lang ang ano, eh, yun lang dalawa na yun. It's either band member ka or player ka ng basketball or volleyball ng school niyo, or
Mm-hmm.
puwede ding both. So, I think I did both before, pero mas nag-stay ako sa music nun, eh. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yun na. So, that was high school. Second year high school, we started playing, we form a band, we started playing sa school, and then sometimes meron din out of school, we joined a battle of the bands, gano'n. When we met the youth, that's when I met the youth. We were competing against them. They-
Yeah.
Pero hindi the youth ang pangalan nila noon. It was a different
Mm-hmm.
name. Anyway, so yun yung istorya noon. And then it
Okay.
just carried on. It just carried on. Pagdating, I think kahit na nagkaroon ako ng break ng 8 years na I was in photography. Because when I was doing photography actually, I started liking to take pictures of music events, like yung live concert.
I can see that.
So,
Yeah, you
yeah.
have
So
a really, really good
doon
eye.
ako na ano, doon ako na so yun nga si Renz ang nag-introduce sa akin sa Pinoy Musicero UK. Pero that time wala na akong band nun. So I was into photography. So I said I would like to do live concert photography. So umattend ako ng isang event na involved ang PMUK, pero ibang organizer, hindi PMUK. Pero yung mga bands are PMUK. So I think doon ko nakita sila Cherry Valencia, yung mga yan sila Philip Marcelo ng
Mm-hmm.
Electric Warhead na tumutugtog ng Metallica. Yun dun I take pictures of them and they love my pictures. I post them in Facebook, I send it to them. And then dun na, so pumasok ako sa PMUK through as a photographer. They know me as photographer. And then eventually I said I was in a band before, and then there was an event na puti ang organizer pero married to a Filipina. Meron siyang 3 written productions, and then I said I would like to play as well. So I invited my former bandmate, isang former bandmate ko tsaka isang puti na family friend namin to play the drums. So yun, nag-play kami ng siguro mga 5 songs yun. That was in Kensington, Triple A. It's at the basement. And then since then, yun na. So from being a photographer, and then I started playing na rin yun nga, in a band again. And then doon na ulit ako nakapasok sa PMUK as nakabalik as a band member or musician
How do you
here
feel
in
about
PMK.
that?
Yeah, okay naman. It was really fun, of course, because it's something that you really wanted to do. So I'm doing both during the time I'm doing photography and I'm doing band. So yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it was dun marami akong nakilalang tao. Syempre yung sa mga musicians and then photographers.
That's
Then
very nice.
naging connected ka na rin sa mga models kasi yung photography kasi is parang ano, parang stage 'yan, eh. Una gusto mo mga general lang, mga landscape, and then eventually you will like to take pictures of people, gano'n. So, ano siya, parang progression siya. 'Pag medyo nasawa ka na sa mga landscape o mga macro, ganyan, ganyan, gusto mo na i-try ang sports, gusto mo
Mm-hmm.
i-try ang mga portrait, which is you will work with models, gano'n. So,
Mm-hmm.
through there, nag-increase yung ano ko, yung, parang connection ko with people,
Mm.
sa mga
And also
musikero,
your
sa mga
learnings as well.
photographer.
Your skills is growing too.
Hmm,
So did you see this picture back then? Did you see this picture back then? Did you
oo,
think about that before? No?
wala. I just go along with the flow.
Oh, right.
During that
What?
time, yeah, just go along with the flow. So, pero as you are actually maturing and growing, you're looking back and then reflecting. You are becoming more intentional and deliberate and more purposeful of what you do
Mm-hmm.
in life. Yun. So,
True. What can you say about everything what you've experienced in life to the people who's watching right now?
napakahalaga na you have to get out of your comfort zone. Just very important na you always think out of the box, because we we always come into that stage na after mo makagraduate, nagkaroon ka ng trabaho and everything, parang nag-aano ka na, nagpa-plateau ka na lang, eh. Kasi parang you are thinking of ano na, or marami na akong mga financial commitments, mga ganyan, and everything, 'di ba? Dumarating tayo
Mm-hmm.
sa point na ganyan, eh. So parang work, 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 work ka na lang, and then you get into the loop of going to work, going back home, eat, sleep, and then wake up again, and then until such time na makita mo, uy, 1 year has passed. Anong nangyari sa 1 year? Parang meron ba akong na-achieve or gano'n? So always be mindful of those things. Kasi time, as we know, time flies quickly, 'di ba? And
So
then
you
if you're with
evaluate
the
yourself into something
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know you
You
need to grow
always
every time.
exactly na always step out of your comfort zone, always step out, always put yourself out there,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when you do so, you are growing, you're improving yourself, you are learning, you are getting connected with different people where you learn things as well. Um, yeah, so that's really all I can say. You have to open yourself,
True.
connect with people. Yeah.
You're so good at two people. Jeremy, by the way, is really, really good at people. And he is really very entertaining. He knows what is best to talk to you. And that's the good thing about Germination. That's why Germination became Germination, because he wants a nation, right? People
Yeah.
watching him, like he loves to inspire people. But this is really good. By the way, this achievement, this is one of the achievements of all of us, especially of what you really wanted to do in life. You have a passion like that. So, what accomplishment do you see yourself on achieving for the next 10 years? Do you think?
Well, first of all, I would like to come out of my job. That's the most important thing. I think that's something that is I'm still finding my way on how I can break through. Because once
Mm-hmm.
I've done that, I think more things will open up for me. But yeah. So come out of my nursing job and do something else. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Kasi I have this mindset na yes, we came here overseas from the Philippines to become nurse, but it doesn't mean that you have to retire as a nurse as well. You have to
Mm-hmm.
open your mind to opportunities. Like, kasi hindi naman lahat tayo, yun lang ang gusto, eh, 'di ba? Just like me, I'm a nurse pero I got other interests.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was before nursing, I would like to be a journalist, a broadcaster. So, at least through live streaming nagagawa ko 'yun.
My God, this is really
So
achievement. Yeah, good achievement
so I'm
because
still
you
a nurse, but, on the side, I can still do live stream, which I'm doing. I can
right now we're
still,
doing it right now, right? This is
yeah,
really
yeah,
good
yeah. And I write for One Philippines as well. I was writing for One Philippines for 3 years now, to be
for
honest.
apps, for the apps. That's really good.
No,
And
One Philippines news magazine. Kay Tito Rhea
yeah,
Bisamis. Yeah, yeah,
mm-mm.
yeah.
You can see
Meron
that,
akong
guys, in
ano,
the newspaper.
Educate and Empower. That's my
That's
column
really
there.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, I
So,
did once. I did that as well
mm,
in the newspaper for that. Either I remember that People's Choice Awards UK before 2 years
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and it's because of the pandemic. It was just stopped for a little while, but maybe one day we were just gonna go back. We don't know, and somehow I don't know, but
Mm,
but anyway, we're enjoying right now. We're doing live all the time, which is good.
mm,
Kasi nakaka-boring right now. I'm sitting down in my couch and you are as
mm.
well. So
Yeah,
we can still do these things anyway. We'll never stop
yeah, yeah.
growing, never stop aiming what you really wanted to do.
Mm,
So germination is one of the best successful people really can say and can
oh,
tell that really there is a future holds us
mm,
behind on that one, and that's a very very meron kang mga hurts and pains. how
mm.
did you how did you how did you cope up with this along the way?
Well, yes. Kaya very important din yung personality development, mga self-development books, That's really very important because it helps you cope up, as what you said, cope up and deal with the challenges of everyday life,
Mm-hmm.
Um, ang self-development kasi is more of knowing yourself as well, changing your mindset. What you call this one? You call it paradigm shift, because we are all uh, pre-programmed, from the time that we were born, everything. We are all pre-programmed, even at work, because you if you've been doing your job for a long time, you don't actually think anymore because it's just second nature. Everything becomes automatic, right? And then plus the people that you're surrounded with can actually affect you with your mindset, with everything. Yeah. So we all have to be aware of all these things.
Mm-hmm. True,
Kasi
true.
what's gonna happen is sabi nga nila, you are the average of the five people that you associate with or
Mm-hmm.
spend more time with. So if you want to obviously uh, uh, be successful or get ahead in life, you have to surround yourself with people who are positive people
Clever
as
than
well.
you, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Sabi nga nila if you are the smartest person in that room, you are in the wrong room kasi wala ka na matututunan.
Wala na. So you have to
Wala na.
find
So
the
you have to
place,
find
of
somebody
people.
na talagang you will learn from,
Mm-hmm.
people who are more advanced or doing better than you, more accomplishments than you. So you will keep growing. So
True.
napakahalaga nung self-development kasi it changes your mindset. Sabi ko nga, we are all pre-programmed. Yung mga emotions natin, responses natin into difficulties, lahat yan namamana natin eh. Kung paano natin nakita yung mga parents natin o yung mga nakakatanda sa atin, yung mga kuya natin, ate, ganyan. Kung meron silang problema, nakikita natin, uy, this is how they responded, na-adapt natin yun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if
True.
you don't engage yourself into self-development, hindi ma-open yung mind mo na, oh, lahat pala ng ginagawa natin is pre-programmed. So I have to change something, if it's something na uh, you're expecting a different result by doing the same thing over and over again. That's how the experts define insanity because you can't do the same thing and expect the a different result. So you have to do something different in order to have a different result as well.
True.
So I really recommend and suggest people to engage yourself into self development, motivational stuff. Napakarami niyan sa YouTube, sa internet. You might have heard of Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Bob Proctor, all these things, Jim Rohn. Listen to them, instead of watching silly videos of cats or whatever. Nothing wrong with it, because it's a form of entertainment. We need to entertain ourselves, but at the same time, you have to balance it with things na it will help with your mindset. As what I've said, we are all pre-programmed. We have to be aware of that one, and once we are aware of that one, we'll be able to change our mindset and change things in our life as well. So that's how I cope up with that, with all the difficulties in life. Siguro parang ano na siya I have protected myself. Parang shield ko na yung
Shield
self
mo
ko
na.
with all this, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Na pagka nakarinig ako ng na something negative o hindi maganda, I have to distance myself.
Shift it into
I have
something
to
really
shift,
good.
yeah. Pwede
Mm-hmm.
ka naman makinig just out of, having an ear or somebody na you are listening to them, but at the same time you have to be aware na hindi ka dapat masak in doon na you are
Mm-hmm.
there, hindi para siguro or makiramay ka or something, pero you have to make sure na you can give something different dun sa tao na yon, na ibang vibration yung maibigay mo sa kanya, na
Mm-hmm.
down na nga yung tao nagsasabi sa'yo ng problema, you have to have a different vibration na mas mataas doon. Na
Mm-hmm.
vibration could be
And
siyempre love, joy, gratitude, and peace and everything. So, that's the highest form of vibration. Dapat mas mataas yung vibration mo doon sa tao na yun para you will be able to help that person.
mhm. Napakaganda ang sinabi mo, Jeremy.
Oh, thank you.
That's what really like to hear. That because we here to empower others.
Mm,
And there's some people watching, maybe some other people are lying down watching us, and they are feel depressed about themselves and they don't know what to do, you know? And the mindset that you have already, hindi mo alam wala pa sa kanila yan because
mm,
in our learnings it's in a process wala pa sila doon to
mm,
those people na wala pa doon.
mm,
Do you understand na kailangan hanapin mo yung sarili mo, how you gonna find and cope up with this all these hardships in life and pains, na makakayanan mo siya through
mm,
learnings, through
mm,
growing yourself, like what
mm,
Jeremy says, na ilalagay mo yung sarili mo doon sa nai-encourage ka na-motivate ka, 'di ba?
mm,
Ang ganda-ganda ng nasabi ni Jeremy na i-shift mo yung sarili mo to um, that motivational, maybe motivation YouTube, maraming motivational doon. Maraming mga Jim Rohn is the best, one of the best
mm,
motivator. And also we have also uh, Warren Buffett,
mm,
and these people are successful people. We have to engage ourselves to these people. So
mm,
what we're trying to say here, we're helping to those people na hindi talaga nakakaalam kung paano ba magko-cope up sa mga situation natin, especially during the pandemic, by the way.
mm,
Ang dami-daming pinatay na lang ang sarili because they don't know what to do, right?
mm.
But, guys, yung sinabi ni Jeremy, napakaganda. So, hindi lahat naman tayo ay may pag-uunawang ganon, but please do so. Matututunan natin lahat yan eh. So, Jeremy, do you have any hobbies, by the way, or any interest out of what you have been doing right now? Do you have
Yes, yes.
do you have
Yes,
something else to
I said earlier about photography, though I used to do it semi-professionally before, but I don't now because obviously I'm busy with other things, and that time kasi parang na burnout din ako dahil if you cover a wedding or any event, you have to look at thousands of pictures that you took that day,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to sit on the computer, choose which are the best one, and then you have to edit it.
Mm-hmm.
And it will take you at least, I don't know, 2 weeks in order to finish just one job. So, na burnout ako that time, and then, but I still love it. I still do it, but I just use my phone.
Yeah.
Yun ang ano,
So do you still
kasi
have anything like habits like going out, basketball, or
yeah, yeah,
sports
sport,
and
yeah.
anything like that that makes you more motivate yourself on
Yeah, yeah.
how you grow?
Yes,
Because Jeremy,
napakahalaga.
as I can see, that health is one of the best important. And tell us about this because you have the machine. Tell them that this kind of machine. Let's talk about health right now,
Oh,
because
health. Okay.
some other people don't know that we have a machine that can tell us before anything happens to our body in the end, right? So Jeremy is not just only in a mindset program that in a mind not change your mindset, yeah, but he changed as well in health. Can you imagine that? Tell us about this, about your learnings, because some of us didn't know what to do. We are getting fatter and fatter. We didn't know what to do, but we are trying our best during the pandemic. We grow, we put weight on and all that. But on your learnings there, can you tell us about what you did? Because Jeremy is losing weight as well. Like right now, he lose weight. So um, tell us about that.
Okay. So, before, no, before, I think you're talking about the machine that you're talking
There
about
is
is
a
the
machine.
antioxidant. Yeah, the
Yes,
antioxidant
and we want to
scanner.
talk
Yeah,
about that. Yes, and
yeah.
by the way, before that, Jeremy, our visionaries, we would like to say thank you to our sponsors for the visionaries. Um, Visionary is the water purifier.
Mhm,
That's our sponsor in this program here.
mhm,
And Jeremy is one of the best person also you can you can call if you really need something like that. Of course, Jerry as well in the company that we're working with. And also about health, we are also in that position that if you really wants to find yourself to lose weight, then we have that. And also this gadget that Jeremy can tell about it, because me, I really don't know. I want to know, and people watching as well right there, what is that all about? It's very interesting, guys, so listen to that.
okay. So basically, let me start with the in the premise that in the framework that our very first wealth is our health. Yeah. So put that in. We have to understand that one first. That our very first wealth is our health. So you have to put that in your mind. And it all started when I went back to the Philippines and I had my cholesterol done check. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as nurses, when we go back to the Philippines, we do like because it's cheaper back home in the Philippines. To have all your blood tests done and everything. So I had my blood test done and my cholesterol went back. It's really high. So I was started on anti-cholesterol medications, and to think that my parents has got we got strong family history of heart diseases as well. So when I went back here in the UK, I said, "Look, I went to the Philippines, and this is my medication. I told my GP, you need to prescribe this one for me because this is my." And then my GP refused. My GP said, "Oh, you have to do lifestyle modification, like exercise, your diet, or blah blah blah." I was 85 kilograms at the time. So, and then that was an eye opener for me because during the time I was already aware that I am not getting any younger. We're not getting any younger. So the 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 more you progress your age, the more diseases start to come in. So if you don't look after your health in the beginning, while you are younger, more likely when you do reach 40, that's when you will start feeling all this aches in your body. You started to know that you're actually hypertensive, you're diabetic, all these things. So
Everything, right? Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
everything. And I have high cholesterol that time. So good thing is I only have a high cholesterol, but my blood pressure was okay. And so that was an eye opener for me. I said I really need to do something about it. And then so I started engaging myself in sports. I was sporty during the time, but obviously as time passes by, you forget about it. You get interested into other things. So I went back to sports, and then I was introduced as well as what you're saying to the company that we are representing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all about health and wellness. So I was introduced to that one, and then straight away I was I understood the importance of taking nutritional supplements, the importance of having a high antioxidant levels. So I started taking supplements, and then I started losing weight as well because of those supplements and because of the lifestyle as well. So it's not just one thing, okay? It's not just one thing, but it's a holistic approach. You
Mm-hmm.
don't just take something to lose weight, but you also have, first of all, your mindset has to be in there that you really wanted to do it. Of course, your lifestyle modification, which is your always exercise, your food and nutrition, you have to watch that one out, everything. So, and activities, it's not just taking tablets, but you have to do something as well. You have to do exercise, watch your eating, and then the mindset as well to make it sustainable. Kasi sometimes if you see a chocolate or a cake, oh wow, uh,
Yeah, wow.
you, you forget all
True.
about what you're doing, about
True,
your
true.
diet regime. So that's when it starts, and then suddenly you went back to your old ways, and there you go. You were not successful on your fitness and wellness goal. No? So and then I did my own transformation as well. Um, I lost from 85 as low as 71. It took like
Wow.
I think it took about a year for me to do that. From 85 down to 71 like that, and then I was maintaining between 73 to 75. So I maintained that one for a couple of years, and then we had a pandemic, so I was trying my best, to keep it up. um so I mean, that was it. It's all about uh your mindset should be there as well,
Mm-hmm.
not just taking any tablets to help you lose weight. But yes, I do exercise every morning. I jog every morning. Like I prefer to do it like early morning, like 5 o'clock. It doesn't matter if it's cold or what, because that's me done already for the day.
Mm-hmm. That's
At least I
really
don't have to
good.
worry. And it primes you up. It primes you up. It warms you up so that you will be ready for the challenges of the day. Yun din ang I would like to recommend as well. I wasn't a morning person, but I learned to be a morning person, like waking up 5 o'clock just to jog, so that you'll be prime already. You already warm yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Sabi nga nila, exercise is very important because it adds years. Exercise and all these healthy lifestyles, it adds years to your life
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
life and
Mm-hmm.
adds life to our years, because
So,
if you feel good because you're exercising, it will be easier for you to face the challenges of every day. That's one secret as well. If you are exercising, you're healthy, even though may mga challenges and difficulties, you'll be able to you'll be able to adapt. You'll be able to yung challenges, you'll be able to face it. Kasi you feel good, eh. You feel good. Alam mo na, just imagine na you're feeling low, kasi if you are not on your right weight, you feel sluggish, let's face it, you feel sluggish, tinatamad ka, and everything, you feel heavy. So, pag nagkaroon ka ng problema, gano'n din yung magiging ano mo, like, kasi yung katawan mo, this is our ano, our body is the instrument of the mind, eh, 'di ba? So, kung yung body mo is not good, kahit yung mind mo, 'di ba sometimes sinasabi natin, the the spirit is willing or the mind is willing but the flesh is weak.
Yeah. So how do
So
you do that?
kailangan, yeah, just
Kasi
need to
laging nangyayari talaga yan, eh, sa lahat
mm,
ng mga tao, eh, dahil naku paano ba 'to, yung utak ko gusto, but the body can't.
yeah, we can always reprogram ourselves.
How you gonna
Reprogram,
just
honestly.
reprogram that?
Kasi
Okay.
merong phase yan, merong stages yan, eh. Sa una, yung mga first few weeks mo, mahirap talaga kasi what's happening is you are trying to fight against your old ways. Kasi
Mhm,
you are trying
mhm,
to build new habits, eh. In order
mhm,
to build new habits, you have to kick out or at least i-ano mo yung mga old habits mo. So, sa una talaga merong phase yan. People have to realize na merong stage yan na first 2 weeks, and this is based on research as well. I'm not just making it up, but you can Google it, that it takes at least 61 days to make a habit like really solid. So yung first
mm,
2 weeks mo, mahirap talaga. Expect na mahirap. Kasi you're fighting your old ways eh. Kung gusto mo
mhm.
mag-exercise, eh hindi ka naman sanay mag-exercise o, mag-jog. So you really have to fight it. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to do your best. I don't think I'm not sure if fight is really the right word, pero you have to do all your best to be intentional and deliberate na kung talagang gusto mo maging healthy, you really have to do what you need to do. So, kung kailangan mong mag-exercise o mag-jog at least for 5 minutes to start with and then increase it to 10 minutes and then 15 until for 1 hour nagja-jog ka na, hindi mo na notice, di ba? So,
Mm.
mahirap sa una. Pero after that, malampasan mo na yon. Kasi yung iba, yung first 2 weeks, suko na kaagad eh.
Suko na.
Da Oo, suko na kaagad kasi hindi nila maano, eh, hindi nila ma-break yung ano, eh, yung old patterns, eh. Kasi you have to break the old pattern.
You have to talaga.
Ito yung sinasabi kong programming, you have to reprogram yourself. Ngayon kung bakit ka naging gano'n in the first place, eh, kasi na-program ka ng gano'n. So in short, kung gusto mong baguhin ng something, you have just to reprogram yourself. Parang gadget din yan, eh, parang computer, parang mobile phone, you have to reprogram it. Kung ayaw mo na yung program na yun, reprogram it, rewire.
Reprogram,
Yung
yeah.
tinatawag nating rewire, kung ano yung mga old habits mo, parang wire yan, eh, puputulin mo yung wire sa brain mo, eh,
Mm. But you
para
have a
hindi na siya
goal.
mag-connect, eh. Yeah,
You have to
definitely,
have a
definitely.
goal because if the
Exactly,
goal is
you have
gone,
to attach
everything
yourself.
is gone.
Exactly. Kung meron kang goal dapat, you have to attach yourself in that one. You have to internalize that one. You have to be emotionally involved on that one. Para merong impact sa'yo. Kasi kung if you're not
Exactly.
emotionally involved on that goal, wala eh. There's nothing to it. Hindi ka
Mhm.
mag-strive hard kasi what for, 'di ba? So,
Exactly.
meron ka dapat ako ang ano ko nun, ang emotional attachment ko nun is ano, ayaw kong gusto kong mabuhay pa ng matagal, 'di ba?
That's
Kasi
why
yun
kung
yung
gusto
yun yung
nating mabuhay na matagal, we
oo,
have
gusto
to
mong
do
marami pang
something.
magawa, gusto mo pang maging maraming magawa sa buhay mo at maging masaya.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
dapat yun yung ano ko, yun yung nasa mind ko na gusto ko pang mabuhay ng matagal. So, yun yung, parang emotional attachment ko na
Ang
ano.
ganda ng sinabi mo,
So, yun.
honestly, because we don't even,
Hmm,
some of the people don't even think about na, if
hmm,
I'm not gonna look after myself, then they don't realize that you are the one who's making your own journey of your success. No,
hmm,
hindi naman kinukuha sa kapitbahay yun, right? So you
hmm,
just the only one who can say, except God, kung ano talaga ang gusto ng Panginoon sa'yo, oh, maano ka dyan, di ba? But we are in control of our lives. So we have
yeah,
to
exactly.
control whatever you wanted to eat, whatever
Yeah,
wherever you wanted to go, whatever the people comes around you. Tayo ang nagde-decide kung ang gusto
hmm,
ba natin ay the same people as what they do, or the
hmm,
same people kung ano lang meron diyan. We have to
yeah,
be specific kung
yeah,
sino
yeah,
ang gusto mong makasama at kung anong gusto mo kainin ngayong araw, whether
hmm,
it's healthy or not, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
what Jeremy is saying really is, kailangan kung gusto mo yang may goal ka na gano'n, kailangan you have to do something na
hmm,
makaka-benefit sa sarili mo. Hindi yung kapitbahay mo, hindi yung
yeah,
kung sino man, right? Kasi
yeah,
para sa sarili mo yun, eh, you look after ourselves. And that's very nice to awaken up that
hmm,
kailangan pala natin talaga nating gawin yan through our health. Kung
yeah,
anong
yeah,
kinakain natin, apektado lahat yun. Yung
exactly,
kaibigan ko,
exactly.
nagkaroon siya ng nagkaroon siya ngayon mataba kasi siya, and mataba siya, sobrang niyang taba. Eh,
Mm.
hindi naman niya naakalain na na mangyari sa kanya ang maging ma-stroke.
I see, I
Pero
see.
because of he don't even think about what he's eating every day. Can you imagine
Mm,
that?
mm.
So be aware on this, guys, because health is wealth,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Jeremy is right, and all of us knows that. Jeremy, what is the biggest factor that helps you to become successful of everything what you're doing?
Okay. So when it success kasi is ano we all have different meanings of success, you know. And the meaning of success will depend on which age group you are.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, true.
Success is very subjective. Very
Subjective,
subjective.
that's
Yeah.
right.
We all have different meanings of success. And that's what I've said, for a child, having a new toy, that's already a success for them. For
Yeah,
a
true.
teenager, having his own mobile phone, that's already a success for him.
Mm,
For somebody who graduated and already found a job, that's already a success for. It depends on which stage are you, and it depends on how uh you define success. So very subjective. It's very vast talaga ang when you ask somebody to define success. It's not just monetary, financial, or it could be just happiness.
mm-hmm.
If you are happy with everything that you do, then if that's your definition of success, then that's it. That's your
Yeah.
because success is very subjective, and people, I think, attach or sometimes get mixed up between success and achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Achievement is something na objective. Bawa, you managed to secure a high paying job sa isang company. Yun yung ano mo, that's for you, that's success, 'di ba? Kasi objective
Mm-hmm.
yun, eh. Nakikita ng mga tao, "Uy, bigla siyang na-promote as a manager, ang laki ng sweldo," 'di ba? So, that's
That's
success.
true.
Pero you'll never know na yung tao na yun, even though nandun siya sa posisyon na yun, you'll never know if talagang masaya ba siya dun sa Dun dun
Sa
dun sa ano
success
na
na
yun,
yan, oo.
sa success na yun so it's different. So don't be, confused or don't get mixed up between success and achievement. Kasi achievement is more of objective, yun nga, and success is more of, subjective. So, puwede mong sabihin, "Uy, nandun siya sa posisyon na yun, ang taas ng sweldo, pero puro naman stress ang dulot sa kanya." So,
Inabot niya,
nagiging di siya
oo.
oo, dahil napakataas ng posisyon, ang taas ng sweldo. So, talagang yun ang expectation sa'yo. So, napakalaking organisasyon ng kailangan mong hawakan o i-manage. So, that's a huge stress for you, 'di ba? It depends kung yung stress na yun, kaya mong dalhin, you can cope up with it, and you're happy with what you're doing, so that's fine.
Mhm.
It's still, kumbaga yung success and achievement, they match together, 'no? Pero meron naman na nandun sila and then, hindi sila naging masaya dahil sa stress. Hindi nila ine-expect yun, 'di ba? So,
Mhm.
maaaring successful sila in that terms pero they're not happy. So, they don't feel na successful sila kasi nandun
Mhm.
nga yung achievement pero yung feeling naman na because, it has given them a lot of stress, it has brought them down. So,
Mhm.
hindi sila happy. So, hindi yun success para sa kanila. So, don't get
Mhm.
confused about those things. So, ang sa akin lang, just be true to your heart. Kung ano ba talaga, huwag kang makinig sa kanino man. Just listen to yourself. Just listen
Exactly.
to yourself. At the end
Mhm.
of the day, yes, we do ask opinions or advice from our parents, from our best friends, but also at the same time, you have to be mindful who you ask advice from. Who do you listen to? Kung financial ang problema mo, magtanong ka dun sa financially successful, hindi yung sa
Mhm.
financially na hindi successful, di ba?
Mhm.
Kung may problema ka sa family, magtanong ka dun sa tao na may pamilya, hindi dun sa tao na single. Kasi hindi
True. Yeah,
so
that's really
you
that's
have to be
true. That's
careful.
true. Mhm.
You have to be careful dun
Because
sa
not a
tao.
lot of advice na tama.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
exactly. So at the end of the day, you just ask them pieces of advices, but at the end of the day, it's you who will decide ano ba talaga yung nasa puso mo. So in
Mm-mm.
order for you to attain the success that you want, and success will is different from each one of us. It's up to
Mm-hmm.
you. How do you define success? Your own success. That's entirely up to you how you define it. So just be true to your heart. Kung ano talaga yung gusto mong gawin, kailangan yung mind mo at saka yung mind mo tsaka yung heart mo o yung emotion mo, they are
Driving
parang
each other.
aligned. They're
Mm-mm.
aligned. They're aligned.
Mm-mm.
Hindi pwedeng gusto mo maging ganito, pero hindi ka naman naniniwala na magiging ganito ka o magiging successful ka. So hindi siya aligned. So hindi ka
Mm-mm.
magiging successful. So kailangan, say for instance, if you want to become wealthy, but you don't think that you can be wealthy, so hindi na kagad siya aligned. Iniisip mo na,
Mm-hmm.
uy, magiging ganito ako, magiging magaling ako na manager, pero sa tingin mo, ay, parang hindi ko yata kaya. So, hindi siya aligned, 'di ba? Hindi siya
Mm-hmm.
as one. Hindi you're not on
Mm-mm.
that state of being. So, you're not gonna be successful kasi ano 'yan, eh, una na it all starts with your thinking, yeah? Let's say for instance, you would like to become a very good manager, a number one manager in the company. So, you first have to think about it. 'Yan, first thing. Because if you don't think about it, hindi mo naman mangyayari 'yun, 'di ba? It's not gonna happen. Second is, you have to feel it. You have to feel it na you will become one. You have to believe it na you will become one. So that's second. Pangatlo is you have to take action. So how are you gonna become a good manager if you're not doing anything? Of course, you have to apply. You have to
Yeah,
learn the skills. You have to take
exactly.
extra courses. Extra courses. And once you got these three, and you have to be like it. Yun yung state of being na talagang as one na siya. Yung mind mo tsaka heart mo, they are aligned. You are in that state of being. They are saying the same thing. They are saying the same thing. And that's when you will become successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
when you
very nice. That's
will make
very, very
things
nice.
happen.
So, ang importante talaga, all of this success that you really achieve in life, you will feel, you have to think na happy ka doon.
Yeah,
Kasi
definitely.
wag mo namang pilitin ang sarili mo na hindi mo na naaabot, pipilitin mo pa. Di you're gonna be very, maging disappointed ka na nun. So,
Mm.
Jerry May, I have three questions left for you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you have any decisions in life that really hurts you along the way in your life?
Yes, yes.
Na failed ka, yung ganun. How you can manage this? How did you manage this um, failed, yung hurts na experience mo sa buhay mo along the way in your life?
Along the way, I think,
Pinaka-hardest. Paano mo na nako-cope up yung pinaka-hardest na yun? Na
all right.
hurts. Kasi
All
I
right.
know
Okay, okay.
there is a hurts na feeling mo, Diyos ko, hindi naman laging masaya ako, hindi naman laging motivated ako, right? Jeremy, alam mo, ang dami-daming nakakaalam na si Jeremy is motivated already. So, ngayon, tatanungin kita kung paano mo naman na cope up yung ganon, yung hurts mo sa sarili mo na akala nila masaya ako dahil musician ako, akala nila dahil motivated ako. Hindi nila alam there's an hurts as well na
Mm.
umiiyak ka sa sarili mo na nobody knows, right? So this is the hardest things for you to,
Yeah, yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. That's true. So
paano mo dinala ang sarili mo
you
sa
just need
ganyan?
to be you just need to be true to yourself. I think that's a very important thing. Na just listen to what your heart and your mind is actually telling you.
Mm.
It's very important because um, it will lead you to the right direction. Eh. As what I've said earlier, no, you have to listen only to yourself, no. Na at the end of the day, it's your decision. If you're not happy with your decision, then things will go pear shape as well. So I think that's the main thing. Just be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yun lang.
That's
That's
very
how you
nice.
will.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just be true to yourself. Kung ano yung um what you would like to do. Don't yung kasi sometimes we are clouded by what other people and the society are expecting
Mm-hmm.
of us to do. But if it's not really your what's true to you, then it's not. I don't think it's gonna work, and you're not gonna be happy.
True.
So just follow your what you really want,
Mm-hmm.
and uh you have to know what you want as well.
You
Yun ang
have to know.
mahalaga.
That's
Because if
true,
you don't know,
Jeremy.
yeah,
Really, if you don't know what you want, then you don't know where you're going.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Paano ka naman pumunta doon sa magda-drive ka na hindi mo alam kung saan ka pupunta, so wala kang
mm,
mapupuntahan.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's exactly basically gusto
Navigate,
ni
yeah. That's why we have
Jeremy
a
na
navigator.
sasabihin. That's right. So ang
Mm,
ganda-ganda ng sinabi mo. So what would there's another one thing as well that this is the question really that I love to give it to you,
mm.
you know. And so what would you do with your life today if you knew that you would but you could fail. You could not fail. I mean,
What will I do if I know that I'm not gonna fail? I'll be a very successful businessman, I think.
businessman, yeah? And now
Yeah, I will not if I know that I will not fail, yeah, I'll go for it. I'll build many business and help. I will create jobs because if you have a business, uh, you can create jobs for people. That's the main thing about business.
mhm,
You employ people, you create jobs. Uh, you can make a difference. You can make an impact into other people's life. Um, yeah, I'll just be a I'll be a businessman.
yeah. So anyway, you are an entrepreneur. What is it all about to you?
It was like a paradigm shift for me. As what I've said earlier, we are all pre-programmed, and uh, the most parang thing that bothers me is this is what we will pass on to other people as well.
Mhm,
Yung mindset na yun. So it was a paradigm shift for me because we're all pre-programmed to go to school, get a good job, prepare for retirement, blah blah blah, and all these things. So, um, but I realized that there's actually another better way. You know, um, I was a late bloomer as well. Kasi
It's-
I was a late bloomer kasi hindi naman ako nung like I was a child na mahilig ako magbenta, ganyan, 'no.
mhm,
Kasi do'n nag-umpisa 'yun, eh. Yung, all those entrepreneurs that I have interviewed in germination, most of them from the very young age, they sell everything, like sampagita or whatever, Yeah, they do, they do. And then hanggang sa lumaki sila, gano'n, and then they're successful entrepreneurs right now. Pero I wasn't
mhm,
like that. Parang I didn't think of selling as something that I will do. Pero I'm glad that even though I'm a late bloomer, I still I'm now into it, and I started to realize, and now I'm doing something about it. So it's mainly a more challenging path. Kasi lahat naman tayo, yun nga sabi ko, we were pre-programmed to become employee. Kasi that's how the school system works. Hindi naman sila nagtuturo na ah, maging businessman ka, gano'n, 'di
mhm,
ba? Lahat naman pagkatapos mo ng school, kung maging nurse ka, doktor, teacher, engineer, o pare, gano'n, you will think of working for somebody else. You will apply in a company na prestigious, na will give you high-paying job. So that's how sadly our school system has done for everybody, not just in the
mhm,
Philippines, but everybody. Pero kaunti lang, there's only a few people who thought na, "Okay, it doesn't matter if I don't finish school. I know I can still do something else in my life."
mhm.
Like yun nga, kasi if you want to become a businessman, you don't need to finish school, to be honest. Lahat ng mga
Yeah.
yung mga successful businessman natin, most of them or some of them, well, there's a number of them na they didn't really finish college. Just like Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, 'di ba? We know that Richard Branson of Virgin, uh, Bill Gates, and all these people, they didn't really finish, like a proper education, like college and everything. but they are the ones who are employing the people who actually finish college
What
and
made
has
you
got
interested being
master's
into
degree.
yeah, what made
It's
you
a
be
different. It's
what
more
made you
challenging.
interested in of entrepreneur? Because entrepreneur in general,
Mm,
it's not
mm,
easy, you know. It's
mm,
really not easy to do the being entrepreneur because it
mm,
is a long process procedure in your life.
mm,
So
mm.
but you've learned why you go
Why?
into that
Because
now.
I came into that stage. As what I told you. I was a late bloomer. 40 years old. I started thinking, oh, I'm already 40. What am I doing in my with
It's the
myself?
something.
I'm not really saving anything. I don't have anything like investment or anything, and I should find another way. So
Mhm.
that's when my mind was open to
That's good.
entrepreneurship.
That's good.
Yung
That's
pala,
good.
meron palang there's another path pala, no. It's not just yung
Yeah.
traditional path, but there's
Mm-mm.
actually another path na you can be entrepreneur. You kasi and what I like about yun nga yun yung parang turning point ko na umabot ako sa stage na parang ito na lang ba talaga parang I will be a nurse forever and then pahirap ng pahirap yung trabaho, pataas ng pataas yung mga the prices of commodities and everything, the standard of living are but your wage as a nurse is not actually going up, you know.
And also it's not just
You're not
only
going
that.
anywhere.
It's not just
Huh?
only that, basically,
Mm,
because in the pandemic nurses
mm,
are, oh my goodness, that's the very
mm.
hardest job you did until this
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
because nurse
yeah,
is frontliner. So
yeah.
you end up of swifting into something that
Mm,
for you to hold on your future one day,
mm,
that
mm,
this is better for me to start into that entrepreneur
yeah, yeah,
entrepreneur mindset, you know, because this
yeah.
is another story of your life, because it's very
Mm,
interesting for me.
mm,
It is very interesting for me to start with that business, but then
mm,
you know, ang dami mong natututunan doon. Hindi naman okay
mm,
forever ako magtatrabaho. No one doesn't like that. What
mm,
if I
mm.
become 60? Do you think I'm gonna be the same as who I am now? Of course not.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what Jeremy realized that,
Mm, mm.
nako, hindi na ako 40 ngayon.
Yeah,
Mag-41 na
yeah,
ako.
yeah.
Mag-ganito na. So, you have to think of
Yeah.
what
Exactly, yeah.
else good and there in the
Yeah, yun nga
market.
that's what I was telling earlier. We get into that loop na trabaho, bahay, kain, tulog, gising na naman, wake up again in the morning and then go to work. It's a cycle, it's a loop. But then people don't realize na yun nga, as a nurse, yeah, I'm talking about myself. You can't be doing nights like we all know, you and me, we all know that night shifts is a killer, and even my
Yeah,
my
it's a
my my,
graveyard
my
work.
colleagues even my colleagues
Hmm.
say that, but they don't have any choice,
No
because the
choice.
reason why they don't have any choice because they don't know of any other options.
True.
Yun ang problema, because they were not open to other options. Nobody introduced them to other things or other path, because they stayed. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko kanina na you have to get out of your comfort zone, think out of the box, put yourself out there, explore what other things are in there. Don't just stay in there, kasi what's gonna happen is, because I am a nurse, so syempre, if I don't go out, my circle of friends will still be nurses, and
Yeah.
I will be confined in there. So that's why I'm very lucky that somebody has introduced. For first of all, it started within me anyway as well. Na I realized na ganito na lang ba? Parang what else is there? I can't be a nurse like forever with this
Forever.
with this small amount of salary. I
Mm-hmm.
can't be like this. So that's why my mind started to think out of the box. Ano pa yung meron doon? And then I was lucky
Mm-hmm.
na somebody introduced me into entrepreneurship, and then the rest is history. And then na-explore ko na yon. And then I said, this is really the path that I would like to go. As what you said, hindi siya, it's a long process. It's not, for
It
some
is.
people, yes. For some people, merong mga nafa-fast track. They get there within a year, 2 years. But there are people naman din na slow like me. Pero yun nga, no, there's a saying na if you were given 6 hours to cut a tree, how are you going to spend it? Are you going to you are going to spend 4 hours of that one sharpening your saw, 4 hours of,
Mm.
so that yung two
That's
hours mas
beautiful.
mabilis mo nang yung mas mabilis mo ng maputol yung tree.
So
Yun yung ano.
you
So,
see,
yeah,
Jeremy now
something like that.
knows the
Something
how to
like that,
saw about
Yeah.
entrepreneur mindsets, which is really good. That you never
Yeah.
been learning these things in your nursing thing, right?
No, no, no. I
Of
have to
course
come
not.
out. I
So
have to seek that
now
knowledge and information
that's really good.
myself. Yeah.
You know how
Yeah,
to
you
saw.
have to come
You
out.
know how to
And
reap
then
and all that.
another thing is that we're not getting any younger. So before, if when I was younger, I can do 8 nights straight and I'm still alright. But there was a time now when I reached 40, even just one night, it feels like I've done 8 nights already. So your body is not getting
It's
any
not all the
younger.
same.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we all work, this is the thing, because as employees we work for money. That's what we've
Mm-hmm.
been taught. That's what we've been
Mm-hmm.
taught.
That's really thought.
I
So
mean,
how?
with all honesty, I'm still working for money, but my mindset is now changed now. I'm working towards something else. I'm trying. That's why I said my ultimate goal to begin with is to come out of my job as a nurse. Kasi your body is no, it's not gonna get young eh.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
will get old. So hindi kumbaga you are working so hard just to end up, you're working so hard, you earn all this money, and just to end up one day that you have to use all that money to save yourself, to save your life, because nagkasakit ka na, you're already sick, and you've been diagnosed of this one and that. It's because you didn't look after yourself, because inisip mo lang is to work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, without without thinking about yourself. And then with all your hard-earned money, dun lang mapupunta sa pagpapagamot mo.
Oh
That's a
dear.
sad story, right?
That's really sad.
So
That's really sad.
kailangan, and then we've been programmed na, okay, you work, you find a job, do that for 40 years and prepare for retirement. That's an old mindset. People retire, like at the age of 30, 40, doing something else. You don't have to retire at the age of 60 when you cannot travel anymore.
No,
You cannot climb anymore the mountains, or you cannot,
that's true.
it's too late. I mean, 60, and then you just gonna start enjoying. We have to enjoy it as we go along, like even 40s, 50s. That's why I was really convinced na talagang entrepreneurship is really a good path rather than the traditional one. But it's different for
Yes.
everyone. It's different. I'm not
It's
saying
different.
that
Not all the
everybody
people
should.
doing that, but
Yeah, not everybody, but this is I'm just talking from my experience, from my own opinion. But
mm-hmm.
as nothing is wrong or right. What I'm saying is nothing is wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right or you're wrong, but what I'm saying, there's nothing that is wrong or right. The only thing is, what is right is something that will work for you. There's nothing uh there's no such thing as one size fits all. you know it's something What is right is something that will work for you. Yeah. So this is something that I would like the path that I would like to go to, and I think this is right for me. So this is the right way for me. If it's not right for you because of other circumstances, and that's right as well. So there's no wrong or right. It's only what is right is something that works for you. So yun. And there's a lot of other things, So um just like when you're entrepreneur, you are creating your own economy, You don't have to you don't have once you establish your business in the right way, um you can create your own economy. That means you don't need to rely on the salary of the company to give you every 2 weeks or every end of the month. But you have your own system, you have your own way of creating your own economy. You don't have to rely on people employing you or working for somebody else. So that's one good thing as well about entrepreneurship. And um kumbaga, it is more challenging. If you want more challenge and you want to grow more, that is the path to go as well.
That's good. That's good, Jeremy. So one last question. Sorry if I took a lot of times for you. Um, right. So this is very interesting, because we're not getting any younger anymore. So of course we have the kids looking. looking, what you're doing right now is your kids is looking forward as well, you
Mhm.
know, na kung ano yung mamamana mo sa kanila
Mm.
in the end, at the end of the day, mga kids mo yan. So what would you tell your grandchildren or your kids or your children's today if you were going to to try and influence them in their lives? So what is it gonna be?
Yeah, I believe kasi monkey see, monkey do. You know what they see, so what they see, they will also do. Yun nga, yun that is very important kasi kung ano yung whatever we acquired from our parents, but it's not their fault, because what our parents has taught us is also the one that they learn from their parents, who is our grandparents, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's a knowledge, it's information that was passed over to from generation to generation. So what was applicable before, during the industrial age, some of them doesn't apply anymore in this day and age because this is the digital information age now. So
True.
whatever mindset was there is not applicable anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to say, but it's not anymore.
No,
Just
I
like
know.
all this mindset,
Kasi
yeah,
the world is getting smaller
it's
now.
changing. Yeah,
It's
it's
smaller
changing as
now.
well. It's
Before it was
changing. It's
just like,
shifting.
oh my God. Before, wala tayong train. Right now, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fast to go there. Just 1 hour,
Mm,
you'll
mm.
be there already. But before,
Yeah,
donkeys.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it
Exactly.
changed. It just isn't. It wasn't. It's not applicable as what you said. Na
Yeah.
hindi na ganon. So ano yung yun yung ano yung may influence mo sa mga anak mo,
Be
being
entrepreneurial. Yun lang.
ganon.
Be
Oo,
entrepreneur. But
kailangan
do
matuto
what
sila.
that you yeah, just whatever they want to do in life, just support them. Don't pressure them on, oh, you need to have a college degree, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a nurse, you have to be a doctor. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, kung hindi nag if your child will not be happy on that path, then you can't force them. If whatever they want, it's very important that they're happy, and then support them. It doesn't matter if they want to be a hairdresser or whatever, you'll never know. They'll be a hairdresser, but in the long run, they will put up their own chains of salons,
Sure.
all these things. So, um, of course, education is very important, but it doesn't mean that if you don't have the traditional form or the academic or classroom education, it doesn't mean that you are not going to be successful. No,
Uh-huh.
don't put that in your mind, because education is education. If you want to become like a businessman, I mean, you don't need really to spend all your time learning about trigonometry, chemistry, unless you want to become a chemist, di ba? Or an
Yeah.
engineer, or your or what you call this one, all these subjects, but you can have the education that will support what you want, like probably a course about business management, all these things about finance, entrepreneurship. So just take those courses that will support you or help you with the path that you would like to go. So don't be disheartened, if you didn't finish your education. You can there's a lot of opportunities around. It's just a matter of being creative and resourceful and using your imagination. Yun, napakahalaga nun. All these things that we're enjoying, the internet, before when we were little, we were not thinking na posible pala tong ganito, di ba? Pero it's because this
True.
is the result of imagination. So it
Uh-huh.
doesn't matter na wala kang like traditional education or diploma. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful. Just use your creativity. We all have imagination and creativity. We can all be resourceful. These are what you call transferable skills. This is what I learned as well, and I would like to share. If you don't have the skills that they're looking for, tell them I have transferable skills. I'm say for instance, I'm hardworking. I'm very consistent. I'm a disciplined person. That's very important. You may not have the technical skills or the all this. things specifically that you need to learn about specific things. But these things can be learned. But if
Mhm.
your attitude is not right, you'll not be able to learn these things. If your attitude is not right, you'll not be able to work with a team. It doesn't matter you are the best person or the smartest person in the team, but if you're a horrible person to work with, nobody's gonna like you. It's useless.
True.
So attitude is very important. Facts don't count if the attitude is correct.
That's true.
Even yeah, the facts don't
I like
count.
that, Jeremy. I
The
like
facts
what
don't
you
count
said.
if
Yeah.
the attitude is right. Pag kahit 'di ba pandemic, 'di ba? Sinabi natin, oh pandemic, lahat down, lahat sarado, lahat bumagsak. Pero there are few businesses na during pandemic, dun sila nag-improve, dun sila lumaki.
Mhm.
So, that's
Not
counter
all
ano, 'di
bad.
ba? That's
It's
counterintuitive, 'di ba, na lahat down
mhm,
and then all of a sudden may mga business na na nag-rise. That's
mhm,
kaya nga totoo yung saying, that's why that saying is correct na the facts is not the facts don't matter if your attitude is right. Kasi
mhm,
yun nga, the fact is pandemic, global crisis, pero if your attitude is right, na you don't care even if it's pandemic, but you will still do your business, you will be creative, you will be imaginative, you will be resourceful, then you can get the success that you want. So yun ang very important thing
So
na I
is
would
that
like to
your realization in the end? All of these happenings in the world. What can you say?
yes, definitely, yeah.
Mhm,
Um, this is just everything that we're experiencing. I always have this in my mind that life is a game. Life is a sell. Life is a sales. Life is a game. I forgot the other one. Tatlo yun eh. It's a test. It's a test.
it's a
It's a
test,
test.
that's right.
So
True.
always, this is what I would like to impart. Life is it is a game. It's a test, and it's a sell. It's a test. Yun nga, there will be problems coming in, challenges. You lose somebody, you lose your job, you lose everything. But it's a test. I would say it's a
Mhm,
test. Um, the the bigger the problem, the bigger the rewards.
mhm,
Kasi I believe na sinusubukan ka lang, we're just being tested eh.
mhm,
Na how much can you handle? And if you're able to handle it and you're able to overcome it, then you come out as the successful one. Kasi napagdaanan mo na yun eh. You become victorious. You feel victorious about it. And you learn from all those mistakes, no? Na ganun pala, you learn to be resilient, you learn to take bigger risk, all these things. So life is really just
mhm,
sabi nga nila, the uh, a man can be tested on how uh, what do you call this one? Uh, Based on the size of the problem that you can tackle. So, you as a person, you can be tested on um, how great you are depending on how big or small the problems that you can solve. So yun. So
mhm.
it is a test. So it is also a game. Kasi
Okay.
you either win or lose. You either succeed or you fail.
Yeah.
So
But
if anything
obviously,
comes in your
all
life,
of us needs to be win, and that's what you
yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
work out to
Well,
actually win.
yes, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to happen to win. But let's not underestimate the fact that if you lose, you will learn something from it as well, and it will give you the fuel, the emotion na nag-fail ka,
Mhm,
that you can use that emotion, that pain, as a fuel to bounce back,
mhm.
'di ba? So they are both important, even though we all
But
want
you
to
don't
win.
have to lose hope when you fail.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of marathon people na
Mm,
naglulose sila and then they're gonna win. Kasi ang isip nila, yung mindset
mm,
nila, oh, alam
mm.
kong natalo ako ngayon, but I know. Alam ko,
You'll bounce back. Yeah.
magbabounce back siya at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
It's
I
it's
still have a
how
lot of
quickly
hopes for that.
it's how quickly you bounce back as well. It's how quickly you bounce back. And
Kailangan
it's
yun.
entirely your decision whether you want to stay there for a long time or bounce
Yeah,
back
it's up
quickly.
to you. How?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a test, it's a game, and it's also a sell. Because how do you become successful? It's about it's. I'm not talking about sale. Na here's my product. I'm going to sell it to you, or I got a service. I'm going to sell it to you. But when you say life is a sell, it's the ideas. If I ask you to do this and you agreed, then I win because you accepted my idea. I
Mhm.
sold you that idea,
Yeah.
right? When you
True.
ask me, when I ask you to perform in Turuturu's event, so that I was selling you the idea, and then you agreed, right? And same as this one, when you sold me the idea that, oh, can you be a guest in my visionary? So and I agreed. So you won on that stage, right? You
Yeah,
won
that's
me,
right. It is
di ba?
marketing.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
about
So
marketing. If you don't
life
do
is a
that,
sell. Life is a
because
sell, and that's how you get through life.
that's
That's
true.
that's why we should learn. That's why we should learn how to sell. It's
Exactly.
not just the
Because
product or service, but learn how to sell your idea yourself.
exactly.
When you go for interview, job interview, you're selling yourself. If you get 10 other great candidates for the position, only one position, how are you going to sell? You have to sell yourself to the manager that
Mm-hmm.
so that they
Yeah,
will give you the
because
position.
you know what? If you're not going to come into the visionaries,
Mm,
how do people knows about Jeremy? And
mm,
if you are not going to sell yourself to say something that
exactly.
this is my learnings that I can share to the people to you're not evolving yourself into something
Mm,
that no one there. You have to
mm,
involve
mm.
yourselves into to something that there's a lot of people around you too, because para to
Yeah,
grow you more, and you can
that's
see
true.
along the way that there is beautiful there. It's
Mm,
really nice to talk to somebody that has these learnings a lot as well. And
mm,
it makes you really more impressive yourself that, oy, ako nga pala si Jeremy. Nasabi ko rin ang gusto kong sabihin sa mundo. And
mm,
nakita ko rin yung sarili ko on that part of question.
mm,
And nasabi ko rin yung aking passion in life. And this is my passion. So people can think that hindi lang pala si Jeremy nandun sa music, meron din pala siyang alam sa entrepreneur. So, sinisell mo yung sarili mo na, I can do
mm,
these things.
mm.
Because lahat tayo may talent na, may mga
Exactly.
talents tayo eh. So,
Mm,
kailangan natin i-share yun. Either si Jeremy Dada pala, kung hindi ako nagpapakita sa community here in London, nobody knows me.
mm,
Pero isinel ko yung sarili ko to introduce myself who I am.
mm, mm. Yeah,
And
that's
that's
how
why.
we get through life. That's how we
Mm.
get
So,
things in life.
along the way, ang saya-saya. Pero yun
Mm,
nga, sinasabi ni Jerry May, kailangan in-balance din naman at the same time.
mm,
It's not just like, cameraman ka, focus ka na doon, di ba? Ang nasaya-saya ng life if you can just
mm,
shift into something that uh, good ka pala doon. Kung hindi mo experiensyahan yan, hindi mo malaman kung good ka pala doon o hindi. Tama?
mm.
So, my last question, Jeremy, is that what is how are you the relationship with God between yourself?
Um, I think, well, it's something really personal, your relationship with God. I always, at work, because I work Monday to Friday, it's always a habit for me to drop by our chapel. We have a chapel.
That's nice to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So I always, in the morning, I always drop by there and say my prayers, really. Uh, it's all about spirituality as well. Um, it's different from religion in such a way na religion kasi is very much they conform. Say for instance, this is your religion, so you have to conform on what that religion asks you or tells you to do,
True, true.
ba? Religion, pero spirituality kasi is more of general eh.
Mm-hmm.
It will cover everything. Kaya nga sa mga, that's why in hospitals, they call it pastoral and spiritual care.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual care, di ba? They don't call it like pastoral and Catholic care, di ba? Hindi naman ganun eh. They call it pastoral and spiritual care.
In
So
general.
more general
Mm-hmm.
rather than just religion.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi I'm Roman Catholic religion. Um I don't go to mass. That's to be honest. On Sunday, but I don't go to mass every Sunday. But I go. I drop by to our chapel every day.
That's nice.
So I pray for at least because I'm at work, so I don't want them to think that I'm using that time for so at least 5 minutes because
Five.
they otherwise they will notice, oh, but why is Jeremy not here in the ward? you know
How do you feel about it? How do you feel when you go to the church by yourself and ask forgiveness to God? How do you feel after?
um how do I feel? I feel liberated and blessed, I would say, because
That's nice.
yeah, liberated because that you can be free of any worries. That's why I say liberate, because I feel I'm free of all. I'm liberated from all these worries because
Mhm.
I know that the universe, will and God will take care of me. You know, or the Almighty, our Creator in general, or whoever God you are looking up to, or you're you're praising or worshiping. But at the same time, there's the element of the universe. Kasi in spirituality, it's more of the universe. How are you uh in one with the universe? You can think of it like you are in an empty, wide empty space, na all the possibilities and all the potentials are in there. You just need to tap it. That's when I enter. When I this is just like when I enter the door of the chapel, I always close my eyes first. Well, I alcoholize my hand first because there's alcohol there. I alcoholize myself first in my hands, and then before I enter the door, I just say to myself, I am nobody. I am nobody. I am nothing. Because before you can enter that spirituality, you have to be nobody. You know why? Because if you are like entering that field and you say, "Oh, I'm I'm the smartest person. I got a degree in this one. I'm a doctorate. I'm a masteral." It's ego. You'll not be able to enter it because if you have ego as well, you will think of um the past. You're thinking of the future, but you're not in the present moment. Because that's very key. Be in the present moment. Kasi when you are worrying of something of the future, oh, what's going to happen later on? I have a live stream, and my guest is a very known person. What I'm going to do, you're disturbed. Or yesterday I committed this mistake in the ward. You're still carrying it. You're disturbed. You're disturbed. So you have to be in the present moment. When I enter that one, I just say I'm nobody and nothing, and I'm like I just close my eyes and figure myself I'm entering a space. It's a black space where all the possibilities and potentials are there. And then I always start with I am so happy and grateful for blah blah blah. I'm so happy and grateful that yesterday, those little things. Na I'm so happy and grateful that yesterday I blah 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 and today blah blah blah. Yun. And I always pray uh for the highest form of vibration is love, joy, peace, and gratitude. These are the high vibrations. Because when you have this vibration, you will attract it in your life as well. You will attract the happiness, you will attract peace, you will attract gratitude, more things in your life because you're grateful for little things, even just little things. If you're happy with those things, then more will come to you because you have that attitude of gratitude. Love, joy, peace, and gratitude. And I always pray for health. Very important because if we don't have health, we're
It's
not
nothing.
here.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult
Health,
without health, no?
happiness, second, happiness, and wealth.
Hmm.
Wealth is not just money. It could be wealth of friends, quality good friends, and abundance, So, well, don't just think of wealth as the money because money is paper, government just prints it. You can
True.
rip it off. Yeah, it's just a tool. Money is just a tool.
Mhm.
So once you realize this, you will not really kill yourself working really hard for money. You know, I'm not saying that I'm rich or I'm wealthy. I'm not saying that, but it's a liberating feeling that you don't have to think of money as, that's why you're working hard and killing yourself because of you have to support all those all those things that you need to support back home or even here.
Just be grateful
But
talaga that you still
yeah,
have
yeah,
it,
just
yeah, to God.
yeah, yeah,
Because
just be
that's main.
grateful. Things will come to you, and then do your part as a person, and then you will attract. You know, they say it's luck, but it's not luck because the more actions you make, the more lucky you get. That's what I that's what I always say to myself. The more action you take, the more lucky you get because
That's right.
you get these opportunities and you attract this. You have this vibration. I told you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
After all, after when you ask me how do you introduce, who are you, how do you introduce yourself? After saying all those, in the end, I said I'm nobody because I'm just energy. We're just form of
God
energy,
is the one who gives us all talents. So
we're
you
just
are
we're
actually
just energy. We're just energy. We cannot be destroyed. If I die, my body will decompose, but my spirit will live there. We're just energy.
mhm,
you know and then you'll never know, you'll come back in another life. After how many years, you'll be a different person. And that's why energy, we are all energy. We cannot be destroyed. We can only be transformed or transferred.
mhm.
So yun, all those so I just pray, I pray for all those things, and then that's it. And after that, I just feel liberated of any worse. Even though I've got something big ahead of me, I'll just say I think I can manage this one. You have this belief, that somebody up there, there are that's why we have feng shui. There are forces out there that we don't
But
know. And
definitely you believe
yeah.
the faith. You have a
Yeah,
faith.
yeah, yeah,
You
definitely,
have
yeah.
to believe that God will, on that faith, God will help
Yeah,
you through.
definitely, yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah,
So, all right. So, Jeremy, thank you so much for your lovely, lovely conversation with the Jerry
my
Dada's
pleasure.
Visionary 101. It's just amazing to have you. If I still have a lot of times, really, I just really love to talk to you more and more and more because it's really inspiring to talk to you because there's a lot of things to learn a lot from your learnings
Thank
as
you,
well.
thank you.
And of
My
course, the lahat ng
pleasure.
mga viewers natin dyan, of course, they're watching us and they've learned a lot along the way in our life today. It's just amazing that there's a people watching us. And what can you say about them before anything else that bago tayo magtapos sa ating life today?
Yeah, and I always say this in my live stream, the quality of our life will depend on the quality of the thoughts that we are thinking. Always make sure that you plant those seeds of positivity in your mind every single day and let it germinate so that one day you will see and meet the better version of yourself.
That's right. Yay! That is germination. I'm so really inspired. Of course, myself. I love to do this so much in myself because I myself really want to learn a lot more things in life. That's why Visionary born because that's the only way I can move myself and go far beyond of what you're thinking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. And I'm so sorry to end this because it's nearly 2 hours to talk with germination. But it's just a lot talaga ang na pag-uusapan natin. Marami pa naman sana tayong pag-uusapan pa, but because of the time limit. So, thank you so much, Jeremy. I am very blessed and thank you. And it's a big, really pleasure to me to have you in this Visionary 101. And that's why I'm telling you that I am looking for the people, na sorry, the people like you na nakaka-inspired hindi lang sa kay Jerry Dada, of course sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin all over the world. Right? So, thank you at marami kaming natututunan sa'yo. Patuloy mong gawin ang magandang success na ginawa mo to share to others because that's how you good at. So continue doing that. And yeah, thank you. And we will follow you. Can you tell them how they follow you on your germination so that all of them are going to go to your YouTube channel or your page?
Yes, yes. Thank you. First of all, thank you very much, Jerry, for thinking of me for as your guest here in Visionary 101. Thank you, and continue with what you're doing. Yeah, this is a very good title. Visionaries 101. It's very what you call this one? Very intriguing. Ano kaya yung Visionary 101? So
Because we have a sasaliksik
ko
lot of
na.
vision in
Eh,
life.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
either this, that, you can share with
Yeah,
us, right?
yeah.
So that's how it is.
Yes, thank you. And yes, you can it's actually there on the let's just wait. So that's my logo there. Designed by Hujo.
Hujo,
Designed by Hujo.
wow.
Yeah, Hujo. He is my friend from Philippine Chatter UK. He's a very good graphic designer. So
I think I
so you
can
can
name
find.
the visionaries. Can he tell them? Can you tell him to do that visionary? It's so good. So you're not gonna say anything, just put it there. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you mean Hudio. Sorry, I
Yes,
didn't get
yeah.
what you said.
I don't know. There's a lot of things like going on there. It's so beautiful, like so
Ah,
beautiful.
okay. Yeah, so the logo is done by Hujo, and that's where you can find me in Facebook and YouTube, Germination. I'm also on Instagram, Jermy underscore nation, and I'm also on TikTok at
Oh wow,
Germination.
you're
Yeah,
making everything. Can you imagine?
I'm not doing the dance yet in TikTok, but I use it for my video promotions. That's
That's
where
nice.
I do it. And then same with Instagram, but mainly Facebook. Yeah, you can see that one. Germination. Just
Jeremy
germination.
Roy pala ang pangalan mo sa Facebook. Jeremy Roy.
Yeah,
So,
Jeremy and then space Roy. Yeah, but
Roy,
my
okay.
real name is Jeremy Roy.
Jeremy Roy, see?
Yeah,
So,
that's my
guys,
real name.
don't forget to follow Jeremy Nation, Jeremy Roy on Facebook, YouTube, and the
Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok. Oh my goodness, we're gonna see each other and all the time, every day in the social media that we have. Of course,
Yeah.
of Jerry as well. You can just follow me on YouTube. If you think that Jerry is good to hear all the time for you to yourself, na makaka-motivate kami sa'yo, then you can find Visionary 101 and Dada Jerry, the rock chic. Kaya tinawag mo rock chic si Jerry dahil rock chic talaga siya. Chic talaga siya. You know what I mean? Yeah, kaya ganun yon. So thank you, Jeremy Roy, for having me. Visionary 101. Thank God you came along and you gave everything today para sa
Thank
ating
you.
mahal na mga nanonood dyan. Okay? So God
Thank you
bless
very
you
much.
and we will see you on our next live again. And
Okay. Thank you
you
very
can see
much.
as well Jeremy Nation as well. Follow that. Follow him because he is a man that has power. Okay?
Oh, thank you. We're all powerful. We all have power.
Powerful. Yeah, we empowered you. You empowered me. Everybody empowered us. God bless. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jerry.
You're welcome,
Thank
Jeremy.
you. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye, Jeremy.
Bye.
And
Bye,
next,
everyone.
bye bye. Thank you. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very proud. I'm very proud to hear one of the musician here, music hero here in United Kingdom. It's just really nice to know that there is it's very nice to know that there is a musician like that, and not just only musician, very motivator as well. And God bless to you, Jeremy. Thank you, and all of you watching right now. Thank you, and God bless you guys. I missed you so much, and as I try my best to make this content very nice as much as possible, as much as I can as well. And I love you all so much. God bless you and more power to you.